Welcome back, everybody, to Champions League. My goodness, did we just watch some chaos? I mean, I think just about everyone's prediction is cooked. If you want to join these, so it is a draft league, everything like that, but you can join the Discord. There's a starting information channel. Admins also ping you where to go. There's a sign up information. You can quickly get signed up for the league. You got to have at least 150 games between 2s and 3s in the past couple of seasons. But regardless, welcome back. We've got a great match here tonight. I mean, honestly, this was a highly anticipated match. But man, unfortunately, Bloom did have to grab an emergency sub for Mist, so it will actually be Dylan making his return to the Rocket League pitch. I mean, this guy is bounced around between a couple of teams now. I mean, maybe he's gonna be our world traveler for this season, as he's already played on 3 teams. But it definitely means Pax and Calm have their work cut out for them playing with the 148 instead of a 190. Dylan has proven he can win before, but obviously that was with a completely different team archetype, and so it's going to be interesting to see. And then for Duality, that's the boys, you know, the C3s coming in clean, and they're going to look to do work as we get ready to go in this match. And honestly, this is one that was very split in the predictions committee. Obviously, maybe not the way we thought it would go, but don't forget to put your channel points in. Duality versus Team Bloom. Can Dylan get it done with the Flower Boys? Time to find out as game 1 gets underway. By the way, guys, I quite literally just woke up 10 minutes ago, and I woke up to see chaos. I quite literally, I told some of the guys in the community, I woke up and I was like, oh man, I gotta cast in a few seconds. Why is Twisted Isolation in the booth? And then I checked and saw Oni was dropped and everything like that, and it's just pandemonium across the league, which is absolutely splendid, as Lyde puts this off the back wall, but it will be blocked away. And so far, Bloom on the defense early. It's kind of what we expect here. The problem playing with a 148 compared to a 190 is you're probably going to find yourself on defense a lot more. What matters is holding down the fort and then taking advantage of the offensive opportunities when they're given, as Calm just cannot quite get around this one. Guapo trying to dance. Pac's gonna have to come in on support, and he does. But this Duality team is a team who does not take their foot off the gas. Now, they have been criticized a little bit for dropping a game in the past couple of weeks to teams that they maybe shouldn't drop a game to, but this floater from Dylan's gonna open up the scoring, and I said he had to step up, and he is right now. 1-0 for Team Bloom. Honestly, I did not have Dylan scoring first on my bingo card, but congrats to him. I had the honor of playing with him during the preseason. This guy, I mean, the thing is, if you can form around him, he's very coachable and listens as this passing play comes in, but unfortunately Calm just couldn't quite get a touch on it. And right now, Pax actually might just pick their pockets in the midfield, and he has. Team Bloom up 2-0. I mean, this is a rough start for Duality, but their offense hasn't even been terrible. They've been on offense for, I'd say, 75% of this game. They're just giving it up on the defense. What is going on? For Ramik, I believe that's how it's pronounced. You're new around here. I will let you know, this team is playing with a Diamond 2 instead of a Champ 1 for the side of Team Bloom. This is a team that is so far under the salary cap right now, and it's obviously not the situation any team wants to find themselves in. Is the fact that right before the game you find out your player and starters console just isn't working, so you need to go tag someone in who's a lot lower ranked. It's a big switch up because you have your set remix. Thank you. It's pronounced remix, got it. But that's the thing, is when you play with these guys for the month that these teams have had together, even more if you count the off season, if they've been practicing, you're so used to how they play. You're not really used to anything different. Maybe your substitute a bit, but when you throw a new guy in, it just completely remixes the rotations and the offensive play and everything like that. But right now, Team Bloom look perfectly comfortable. They look dominant right now, dare I say, as Lyde makes an all-important save, and we're under 2 minutes left to go. As Pax will try to work this one down the field, he's not going to be able to yet. Guapo trying to put it offensively, gets it to the back wall, but it's high and wide of the net. Not quite designed to be a shot, but there was no one to follow it up, as Pax does what he does best and is just all over the side of Duality right now. And again, this is a 5-game series, but Duality are coming out flat-footed. I'm a little bit concerned as they're really running out of time here. And Team Bloom, this looks like a team that's been playing together forever, as this one is quite the surprise so far. But Lydry, the captain, stepping up, will get one back, and suddenly Duality are within one. Now, can Duality get a second? We haven't seen their offense get that close in a while, but all it takes is one shot to break through. Speaking of breaking through, Pax gonna try to do that, not gonna be able to work it. Dylan in a 1 versus 3, has to hold him off for now. Lydry to the back wall, Pax, no, shuts it down. Calm, sends downfield, and that offensive opportunity looked astonishing for Duality, and it just didn't work out. Pax double tap doesn't work through, but Dylan comes through, and the guy's got 2. Don't you dare discredit him! It was dropped from Twisted Isolation and was called the issue, but this man is not having a problem here against Duality. Oh my goodness. I mean, you guys can't see the scoreboard yet. I can see it. You guys are going to be shocked when you see the end of this one. Dylan has the second most score in the lobby right now. And my goodness, is the guy cooking. As Lydry will quickly try to intercept this one, putting it back to the mid. No passing recipient. Pax says thank you very much. Ball sent down to the other end. Ball sent towards their goal. Calm cleans it up and finally gets involved in the offense. He will happily take a freebie, and Bloom are up 3 with 15 to go. Oh man. This is a shocker right now. And again, it is a best of 5. You've got plenty of time to adjust and to recalibrate. And that's the thing about this Duality team, is they play so well together. But Bloom will take game 1, and I mean, my goodness, did it look good. I cannot believe what I just watched. Dylan stepping up. The guy's got 489. He just put up a legacy game, ladies and gentlemen. And I mean, if you're Bloom, how could you not be feeling good? Maybe Duality starting to sweat a little bit. Who knows how they are feeling? I mean, oh my goodness. I I have no words. That was, I mean, the problem with the emergency sub is they don't have experience with the team. You got to rotate differently. Maybe you play a bit more passive game one, whatever it is. Dylan just fit right in like the missing piece of the puzzle. We did just get the black screen of doom and despair. Remind my producer you have to make a new lobby as the old one is cooked. Don't the same lobby. But right now, I mean, oh my. Now, what I need to see here is I need to see more out of El Guapo and Fluffy. Lidry had a solid game, and Fluffy did fine with two saves. Excuse me. Guapo had 124 points at the save, and the thing is that, I mean, Guapo is one of the pieces on this puzzle that just works really well, and Fluffy is their best player. So to see kind of a quieter game from them is definitely a confusing one. And so I need to see something different. And this is the thing about Duality. Maybe they adjust the roster. I mean, those guys can all rotate in and out for each other. Santel is the substitute, by the way. It is no mistake that Lidry is playing. But as we get ready to go back in, it's going to be on Team Bloom to hold down the fort. Duality, what's going on? We're gonna have to launch a movie about you, just like the search for SquarePants. As game 2 is underway, and there's a lot of question marks in the air here. As Pax, oh, beautiful reset. Lidry all over it though. A player of his caliber just knows he just has to play patient there. And Dylan is stuck in the offensive end, so maybe you have to be careful. Never mind, you don't. You send two men high in the sky and you just get a goal. A beautiful pass by Calm, and Guapo just ran out of boost trying to get to it. And Pax takes a free one. What are we seeing, ladies and gentlemen? This is, oh my goodness. If I'm Duality, here's what I need to do. We need to slow it down, and we need to talk. We need to just start being on the same page, because they have not been. And once you get back on the same page, that's where this team can really cook you with passing plays, and just amazing rotations, things like that. And that's the benefit to having a team archetype like this, is that all three players are moving at the exact same speed. So it makes it a lot easier for them to rotate around each other. But Dylan stuck it under the two. And my goodness, this guy is just on a mission. Get him a roster right now. Get him a roster. Cub just asked me if I'm warming up for my all-star game against him in 30 minutes. Thanks, Cub. Remix, so there is a starting information channel that has a form you can fill out. There also is a sign up info channel that has a form to fill out. And then there's a starting information channel to find out more about the league. And we gotta find out how to play defense if we're Duality, because Calm just got a freebie yet again. You already did the form, then you are good to go. Admins will get you a rating later. You will be pinged. Hi, you are a free agent now. This is where you go check, yada yada. I'm a bit tied up at the moment. I'm also a bit perplexed at the moment, as Duality are just not having their day here against Bloom. 3-0 yet again. As Pax sends this across the middle, it will go right back to the middle off the sidewall. But Fluffy, high to the skies, not going to be able to get a double, as this is a booming clear to Calm, but Lidry will catch it out in the mid. Yeah, Duality may be on a little bit of fraud watch if they cannot wrestle this series back in their favor. To be fair, though, I think everyone's calling everyone on fraud watch, but I mean, there were some question marks about Bloom, but my goodness, there are not going to be any after this week, barring something insane. Pax and Calm are just on another wavelength here. Ladies and gentlemen, you can't see the scoreboard. Dylan is at 192 points. There is one member of Duality above 100, and one of them has not crossed 20 points. This is something. As Fluffy will get a touch off that back wall. Guapo trying to get the touch out, will get it to the sidewall, gets the ball he wants, but not the follow-up touch that he wants. As you can see, Calm just easily swatting that away. And this has been the other problem for Duality. They just really can't get quality shots on net. They've got 2 shots to the 6 of Team Bloom right now, and those 2 shots just have felt low quality. It doesn't feel like you're really making the defense stressed out, and they're not really forcing mistakes out of the defenses. Calm will force out a mistake here, but Fluffy will be there for the coverage. Lydry gets a touch up. Here it comes, Calm. A beautiful double save by Lydry. Captain stepping up in the team's darkest moments, but it's just barely enough to keep the ball out. Guapo will get a clear. Also, hello, Cub. Yeah, am I warming up? I wonder. Guapo's going to start to warm up in this series as he will get his first. He finally crosses the 100-point boundary, and Duality are... they're taking a step in the right direction, but this game may be a little cooked. And now Lydry gets the reset off the back wall. Guapo will touch it back to the middle, but there's just no recipient. And this one, oh no, this one may be going through. Lydry yet again. This guy has played some really good defense throughout the series, but when the problem is there's not much defense at all, just getting a few good saves is not going to be good enough to win, as they are down 3 here in game 2. A reminder, Bloom won game 1 4-0. This series has not been close so far. Maybe a little bit of a victory lap here in game 2 for Team Bloom. Dylan doesn't even have to worry about the threat of a shot. Fluffy just completely went awry with it. Maybe a little bit of wind caught his car. Maybe he smelled a baguette and he wanted to go get one. I don't know. This is not the Duality we know and love. As Pax just gets a freebie, I can tell you right now, the 3 of the Duality members, 2 of them, well actually all 3 of them joined the rankings committee this past week. They all put Duality at 3. Newsflash. You're losing to a team that is over 50 undersell. Not over 50. It's 38, I believe. No, that's not good math. It's something about close. But my goodness. Calm looking for one more, puts the shot on. Guapo gets the save, but Bloom are just doing great here. 46. Thank you, Nez. Santil will be subbing in for Lyde. But man, I don't even have a lot to say. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, you can see it in the stat line themselves. Just not a lot of involvement from Fluffy and Guapo. They're kind of underperforming here. I'm shocked. I'm really surprised. I mean, honestly, Oh no, K Dash. No, you're good. Uh, I'm gonna let you guys in on a secret. So there's an esports org we wanted to bring on, and we told them like, hey, this is a free league. You're not signing people to contracts or anything. And they wanted to sign people to contracts and then force other teams to buy out their players if they wanted them. Yeah, I had to say no. But as we wait to get back in, uh, Santel is getting in. I love the bug that doesn't let people join if it's between the matches. Like, it's just great. But now, substitute Santel has come in for the side of Duality. Is he the difference maker? My concern is Lidery was the only one having a solid series, and you've taken him out. I can't say what the thought process is, but they said it's time for Santel, but it's only Dylan time! Yeah, again, the low rank coming up! This dude's D2, but he's living the damn dream here! Diamonds shine bright, and this one certainly has. People were so critical of him over at Twisted Isolation, and this dude is having a legacy series with a comeback. And Guapo just can't get the ball to go, even with Calm flattering on the backside. Nothing's going right for Duality, as Guapo will put this over Pax, trying to get through Calm. Not going to be able to work his magic. The chef is just a little out of touch with how the frying pan works. Pax picks up a demo on to Fluffy. Calm, back wall, sends it to the middle. Pax is there. Oh my goodness. Oh man. Guys, come on. If you weren't watching, Calm just straight up said Pax, your shot wasn't good enough, and blocked the open net. And I mean, who knows? Check his bank account. I feel like he might have received some funding from Lidery and Duality. But Lidery and his team, they just cannot buy a goal here in this series. Absolutely stellar opportunity. And it's just going back down the other way. Pax and Calm yet again. Oh my goodness. What is happening in this series? Ladies and gentlemen, it's a night of upsets, and maybe the upset of the day is coming up later tonight. Just a reminder, after this, we will have Most Hated versus Phoenix, as Phoenix look to get their first CL game. Fluffy, shot opportunity, and Calm, shut the door. Dylan opts to leave this for Pax. Good job by him to leave it. We're gonna call it a tactical whiff. But Dylan now clears this down. It will get cleared off the pitch for his efforts, but it's just sent right back down. And Bloom are just gonna get a free date with the ball to waste some clock, as Dylan was taken out yet again on the backside. Maybe that's the game plan for Duality. Remove the hot hand. He's certainly been that. We said it was going to come down to Calm and Pax, but no, it's a full effort from the team. Calm, sayonara, as Duality have nothing going for them. It's just not their day. It's just not their series. It's just Bloom's time. I don't know what got into Bloom, man. I will say this. Calm called me out. He said that I was hating on him. I definitely had him on fraud watch. He said you're wrong for that, and Bloom's the best. and they're definitely proving that here. Pax pops it towards the middle for Santo. This one gonna be knocked down to Guapo. Fluffy looking for the redirect, just not quite in time. Calm maybe looking for his second, not gonna be allowed by Santo. A good save out of the substitute, and Fluffy just skating around this ball. Guapo shot, and that's just not good enough. Duality continue to find quality shot opportunities as this one yet again maybe a quality opportunity, but Guapo put it right into Pax. Pax tries to get this downfield, but Bloom, they're running out of the clock. They're just gonna play keep away here. Santal and Duality, do you have any magic left? They just started the Duality Esports org, and they are looking to capture some magic with it, but their first week here in CL under the banner is not going to have any magic. You found diamonds, but they belong to Bloom, as with 1 minute left on the clock, nothing's going right for Duality here. This one may be a formality. Santal flips this over the top. Blocked again. Santal follow up. No. A beautiful save. And every time Duality get oh so close, a beautiful save comes through. Maybe an opportunity, but Guapo hit it with the front side, and 2 members went for Duality. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. That's the game. That's the series. Down, I believe I have to look back at Nez's thing. 46 under Sal. Absolutely no problem for Team Bloom here. And Duality are gonna go into the weekly break with some question marks to solve. Man. Three up. Oh man. I've got a lot of question marks. I honestly, credit to Team Bloom. I'm putting my hand up. I said y'all were on fraud watch. I'm sorry. I didn't realize I was talking to the goats. We're gonna get. Oh no. Oh no. I see exactly who's coming in. I'm about to be roasted. Okay, Calm.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
What happened to that prediction, Shadow?
I doubted y'all. I doubted y'all, man. That's on me, boss. Dude, you gotta walk me through this. How did you get it done?
We found generational talent as an emergency sub. Honestly, think he's gonna get drafted first overall next season. Dylan is by far the best player in the whole league. Yeah, that's all I really gotta say, bro. Honestly, like generational talent.
I mean, fair enough. I mean, obviously, coming into this, you guys weren't expecting to be in this situation where you're really missing your starter. What did you guys have to do to get Dylan comfortable here?
Honestly, just make him feel part of the team. And I think that's really all we did. We told him how we play, basically, and that's really it. That's all we said was how me and Pax play, and he played perfectly in my mind. So
fair enough. I mean, I don't have words for that. I want to ask, do you think that was kind of just Bloom stepping up, or kind of just a rough day for Duality?
I would personally say a rough day for Duality. I don't know. They were kind of double committing a lot, over committing, and we capitalized on their mistakes. And I may have saved Pax's shot in game three, but I ended up getting the
Yeah.
assist anyways. So no, I think it was just like really capitalizing on their mistakes, and we did it better than they did against us. So and we
Fair enough.
came out the victor. So
Uh, last question before we wrap up. Next week, you guys have BDG. Any thoughts, feelings, predictions, comments going into that series?
Misty, want to answer anything? I don't know what the roster looks like, but in my mind, I'm gonna say free Elo. But
But yeah, no. Visions, he's a good buddy of mine, so I'm gonna be happily take a sweep over them. But yeah, no, it'll be a fun match next week.
Fair enough, boys. I got to send you off. Congratulations on your win. Missed, great job rocking the pom poms tonight. But thank you so much for joining me here in the booth. Hope you guys take care and have a great night, and we'll see you next week.
you as well.
Thank you, brother.
That was Team Bloom. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we do have a quick turnaround. We've got a match coming up in the next few minutes. So I will have to send you guys off just to a short little break. Make sure to stick around for the next matchup. We got Most Hated versus Phoenix. Can we go 3 for 3 on upsets? Only time will tell. We'll see you all in a little bit.
Now, welcome everyone to the final game of, to the final series of this triple header tonight. It's going to be just me tonight in the booth, for now at least, until we get the interviewees post-match. And yeah, I'm just excited what will happen. We've seen some big upsets tonight. We've seen an unprecedented match, if I can go look over at that. We've seen an unprecedented match happen between Twisted Isolation and Hydra, going 3-1 in Twisted Isolation's favor. And then we saw Team Bloom absolutely decimate Duality in the match that concluded just a few minutes earlier. Tonight has just been full of surprises. Now, we have two teams here in, I would say, let's say the top and the bottom. Like, we will have a great comparison here to what is actually considered to be the top and bottom team of the league. Power rankings give them, uneven odds here. Most hated, with Jose G, Jimbo, and Midnight being a heavy favorite in those 1 and 2 spots on the power rankings. Then Phoenix being kind of shuffled around there at the bottom 3. We're expecting to see, well, the 3 I mentioned for most hated, Jose G, Jimbo, and Midnight take the field tonight. Again, a great combo. We have seen them play before last week against Nameless Esports in an upsetting series for some, wonderful series for others, sweeping Nameless Esports 3-0. And Phoenix needs to step up to the plate here, prove themselves to be a great team. Sentra, Its Charge, and Def Not a Fed being their probable starting lineup. So I'm going to check in with the players. And we will be getting underway very shortly. Now, again, as I said, exciting matchup. You'll be getting the players shielded. And I'll see you once we're on the field with everyone revving their engines. We have the first players actually getting on here. Boost pads already waiting to be picked up. And let's get this party started. Now, folks, I'm expecting this to be, I wouldn't say an easy game for Most Hated, but I'm expecting this to not necessarily be a complete challenge for them, as Midnight and Jimbo have proven to be a great combo in the preseason events, such as the 2v2 tournament. But Its Charge leading the charge for Team Phoenix here. A nice setup by Sentra, accidental knockback by Jose G into the corner, charge picking up Jimbo, unable to get to that one. I may be eating my words tonight, ladies and gentlemen, with a side of a Whopper, maybe some fries and a Coke. We'll see what we have in the store in the behind the scenes area here in the casting booth. For now, we just have Sentra taking a little snack off the ceiling. Jimbo now with the ball. Now this is something you don't want to see happening, but definitely if it is there to block him off there. Midnight mid, and it's not good night for Team Phoenix as they scramble there to get on the defensive side. Midnight there to block Its Charge's second shot attempt here. Center cat, dangerous layup. Jimbo can double committing there with Jose, but it ends up in the opposition's corner. Charge now able to gather. Midnight there lurking, taking the pinch, but getting just like, ooh, a flip reset there off a player actually. Jimbo definitely launching for that, not even save, as the crossbar denies Jimbo here on that awkward play. Center cat now, Jose. Midnight almost saving Jose's shot here. Incredible timing from the boys in blue. Well, technically red, as their logo implies, but Midnight almost saving his own teammate's shot, or, stealing the credit for it. Either way, we have a tight game now. Just slithering past the first minute of the game. Folks, I genuinely hope we see at least one normal game tonight. I hope we see at least one game that will go to expectations, and Jimbo is providing those. Again, not even 15 minutes away from, 15 minutes, pardon me, 15 seconds away from the previous goal from Most Hated, and we already have Jimbo putting one up top cheese, top shelf. putting him up one in the first minute and a half of the game. Yeah, this needs to, for my sanity, this needs to go according to plan, and Jimbo is going to make it go according to plan. A little defensive lapse here off the kickoff. Unfortunately, that charge not getting the best touch, and it just falls down to Jimbo, who's ready to pick it up midfield and just slot it into the gaping maw of the Phoenix net. 3 minutes to go. Fast-paced, fast-scoring action here. Charge taking the lead up against the wall. Midnight getting a demo there on center. Somewhere deep in their own end. Jimbo now taking a proverbial life. Definitely hunting for one to get back on Jimbo. Center taking it up. Awkward ball there. Doesn't get up to it. Jimbo now. Ooh, charge. Maybe no. Center cat. Retreating there. Definitely may be able to get one, but no. Jimbo clears it up center. Unable to get the double touch. Jimbo in net, ready for Ed's touch, and he actually gets it, and Charge takes it off post. A little open, a little too open for him. Maybe it is my presence in the booth with those open nets being, we saw them being present even in the series of Hydra against Twisted Isolation earlier tonight, and Centra missing another one now from a dish, just completely served to him from the corner. Yeah, again, these open nets just a menace to society in these games tonight. Cedric now on the ball, Charge trying to cause some havoc in the backline of Most Hated, Centra doing the same, demoing Jimbo, a double commit there, Cedric and Charge going up for it, neither of them getting a good touch. Then able to clear, Jose able to turn now with the 100 boost, pinching down mid, Charge now, Jimbo, Midnight beat by Centra, Jimbo back for it, and creeping into the final 2 minutes of the game now. Death Not Effect demoed by Midnight, as he is proving to be the offensively body heavy, contact heavy menace he is known to be, as the lowest cell on the Most Hated roster, being, I believe, currently sat at around like a 130 something, but that does not stop him from performing here, as he gets a nice loose ball. Jimbo being the one now, being the demo fiend. Charge not up for it, and they move up one to be 4-1 up in the first game of this series. Folks, yeah, this is going to be something. Jimbo now, Charge. Center cat, Midnight, Center. Jose with a lot of time on the ball, Jimbo under him to help, a nice dunk here, Jimbo just sliding down, a nice bump, disabling Midnight from doing anything dangerous with that ball. Jimbo now with a nice clear, Jose accidentally double committing for it, Midnight maybe a little clear, just contests, Centra who puts it back down into the corner, Jimbo not over him, Jose now, definitely fed with a clear ball here, into the opposition's corner, Midnight. Jimbo now Centra again on the ball, Midnight. Jose, ooh, just barely out of touch, then out of reach. Midnight, Centra cat up on the ceiling, Jose waiting for Jimbo to take the lead. Midnight maybe, midfield, no, Jose takes the touch. Jimbo Zero boost kind of standing there on the island of their own defensive line. Midnight waiting in net. Phoenix just lurking outside the gates, banging on the doors to be let in, to be able to score, but in the winding down seconds of this game, 20 seconds to go, Jimbo may be able to just ice it here with a 5-1 goal, but no, he misses the open net, and Center blocks Jose's touch there, and they save some face. They have a little grace going into the locker rooms here at a nice 4-1 for Most Hated. This game, after the, let's say, the minute and a half, first minute mark, really just woke up into what I was expecting it to be on paper, as Most Hated are stably performing thanks to the utilization of Midnight, and Jimbo being the offensive menace that he is able to put balls on target all the time, maybe except for that one little double tap mishap we saw at the end, unable to ice it 5-1 on the game. But hey folks, this is what I've been expecting. Phoenix has all the time in the world to take it back. Phoenix has all the time in the world to make this series interesting and to put us on to Champions Field grounds tonight. But do you really see it happening? The ranking committee surely didn't. And we just have to have our fingers crossed here for either team in this matchup and see how they perform. Phoenix is no ragtag group by any meaning of the word. They are composed, they are able to play around each other. And I mean, they should be able to perform even against a team as tough as Most Hated is, or at least seems to be. But maybe they just haven't found the offensive magic they need for tonight. As you move into the second game here, definitely winning that kick out. Jose now, Sandra unable. Charge, ooh, Jose missing because he thought Charge would get a touch there. Midnight able to challenge, made an awkward ball here for Sandra, getting it up. Double, ooh, maybe flip reset. No, just a carry over Jimbo, faking the flip reset, we'll say, as he puts up Team Phoenix 1 on the game in game 2. Hello everyone, chat, hello Purples. Quite happy. People are coming in, flooding in to see this spectacle of a series. Hopefully the only one that doesn't end in an upset. I mean, hey, upsets are content. And we, of course, live for the content here at Champions League. Of course, we want the teams to have as even a belt as they can. But giving us viewers, as spectators, a little flair into it, a little unexpectedness, but Jimbo providing only the expected. A nice cut off the clock there at 4:20, getting us tied up again in this affair. Jimbo just precisely picking a corner and none of the Phoenix defenders being up for it. Sandra now, awkward in the corner. That's not bad. Sandra up. Midnight there. Jimbo waiting kind of awkward here. Jose with 0 boost back. Unable to get anything. Definitely shooting up high into charge. Sandra challenge by Jimbo. Jose now on the ball. Definitely by Jimbo again. A nice send. Charge getting it up. Jose now able to collect. I heard Midnight jump as well. And now the net is completely open. The most they have, definitely felt controlling, charge demoing Jimbo, and that is a huge defensive lapse from both stated, allowing a nice steal on, almost as if a bot did this. This is if everyone here is and was around the high echelon of the competitive scene in Rocket League before the latest update, bots in SSL lobbies would do this exact same play. One would take a dribble, the second would go for a demo, and it works even in a much lower skill ceiling here in Champions League, as Jimbo was left completely defenseless there. Jose now, maybe something up for Jimbo, but no, he has to retreat. Midnight there, awkward. And a team bump. No one there from Team Phoenix to clear. That was dangerous. Midnight kind of double committing, not trusting Jimbo to get that read as cleanly as he thought he should have gotten it. Jimbo now clearing it out into the corner again. Santa. Jimbo with a nice friendly bump into Santa Cat. Jose going down, but charge catching wind of it and preventing the low play with a pinch of his own. Jose now challenge. Go ball goes down him. Defender for the clean one. Charge with beautiful pass to Defender who picks up the 100 boost. Jimbo in the corner. Midnight going up into the wall. Midnight again. Challenge by Santa Cat. Jimbo back in. Actually, Jose now up the wall. Jimbo back in net. Left trying to corral it out of that epic save there. Left not a fan. In an awkward situation. Midnight not there with the boost. Getting a send. Charge there. Sending it up high. This is only going to be there for Jimbo to collect on the ground. As he actually misses the boost. Charge getting it. And Charge leads the charge with the demos. And we see Centra the Cat put it in and put us up 3-1 on the series for Team Phoenix. Folks, this might go the distance. This might actually be something worth watching. Ping your friends, tell your families, get the popcorn out, get everything you need. Put your slippers on and come here to watch this series as it's beginning to show its true face here, its true colors within the latter half of game 2. Jimbo not up, Def not a fan, maybe able to clear, no, awkward for him. Jose, Midnight. We got awkward backflip and a power of friendship moment here with 165 APH pinch. Was pardon me, mon ami, Jimbo and Jose getting that power of friendship goal. 165 kph is insane. Folks, if you wanted to clip something, this is it. Go there, take your cameras out, get your clipping software out. This is it. Oof. I mean, I've seen such power only, you know, in the history books of RL, but Jimbo is here to provide the tying goal with even more power on his shot. Not as impressive as the 165, but he gets a beautiful double around Centra, around its charge at 104 kph for those of you know, Imperial systems. For those of the US, that would be thereabouts 70 miles an hour. If I am counting correctly, I might be over counting, it might be like 65 something, but 65, 69, 67, Jose gets another one going up for 3 in this one. Just a nice little touch here. Charge not getting the touch he desired into Jose, who's ready there for the challenge, and gets it into the gaping maw of the net. Central clearing Jimbo, getting a nice little touch but unable to follow it. Centra serving out mid, Jose up for it, and a small miscommunication there between the oh, there's actually a rule 1 on the field. Midnight and Defnara Fed involved in a rule 1 by the left post of Most Hated's net. This, folks, has turned into a 2v2 between a high sell Jimbo, who is, I do believe, a GC3 rated player, with Jose G, who is a GC1 rated player, 258 sell if I do remember correctly. And between Central Cat and its charge, this is going to be something here. Turning the 3v3 league into a 2v2, and Jose gets the better of it here, putting the impromptu air dribble over Centra, who had 0 boost on the back leg, and the rule 1 is broken. Exactly, KD. That is something that we've been noticing here a lot. Seeing them, they know how to force the defense open at the cost of their own defense being forced open. Here again, we see all 3 players bunched up in the offensive half. Now if Midnight just gets a good clear, which he, you know, doesn't. But if Most Hated has a player who can get a decent clear, Phoenix is just left completely bad and open on their back end, and that just doesn't help anyone. And this is the crossbar denies Jimbo here, trying to put them up 1 more to make it 6-3 in the winding seconds of the second game. If this goes into game 4, I will be shocked. Crossbar not denying Jimbo again. This time the crossbar actually aids Jimbo, putting it down and in. Beautiful, beautiful redirect there from Jose serve up. Now 7 seconds remaining before we get into game 3. For some, this might be a done deal. For others, this might be an open game. We might see a reverse sweep from Phoenix. You know, the Phoenix, as it is in the mythical nature of that creature, to kind of rise from its ashes to get that second wind once it dies the first time. But speaking of dying, I think everyone's dying to know what Jimbo is thinking here with putting up 1,116 points in this game too. This man is mad. Over on the other end, we have Midnight with just 106, a fraction, 1/10 of the score, not even 1/10 of the score that Jimbo put up. If he doesn't have a backpack right now, his back must be aching. He should get a forklift license to carry his team at this point with what we're seeing here. The reverse sweep possible. If Jimbo puts up another one of these performances, unlikely. I will just say that outright. If Jimbo puts on the backpack, puts on the carry-on again, and gets his team 1,000 points on the game, impossible. Now as you get into game 3 here, 5 minutes on the clock as per usual. Charge taking the ball, Jimbo now on it with some spare boost left. Ball out mid, Defnara able to collect. Midnight's coming back, but intercepted by Jose instead. Jose getting a little Midnight, center like that. Jimbo with 7 up, nice save by the Fnatic Fed, putting it into the corner. Midnight off ceiling, maybe getting some play variation of it, but no. Jose takes it instead. The defender is not prepared for anyone to come collect this awkward serve up. The Fnatic Fed, and I do believe it was Sentra actually himself, the captain, are kind of confused on where they should be going, and now there's no confusion as to what the scoreline is, with Mosaic going up 1 in the first half minute of the game. Charge now up above Jose, Jimbo there, maybe the double touch now going in the favor of Phoenix. Again, a double commit offensively, leaving the net wide open. Luckily Charge is back, and now Defnarefed as well, able to follow back into the defensive rotation, but they have been leaving the net open for so long on these double commits. I wouldn't call it miscommunication, I would just call it desperation at this point. Midnight even able to score one off a misplay again. If they keep leaving the net open, if they just don't go back and are able to hold the line here, this might as well be a written off game. We need to see Team Phoenix get a little in their own heads, get a little pep talk from maybe their captain, from maybe one of the reserves even. A nice picture of a cold brew waiting for them at the end of this victory road to get them pumping and to get the defense back in order. Kimo with the ball now, nice save from Sintra, but he sacrificed himself and his vehicle's warranty for that one. Midnight now into the ceiling, just takes it back into the corner, maybe a pinch off, no, Jimbo awkward now. Jose back in net waiting for a touch now. Jose up, charge, unable to beat there. Jose runs out to boost just before making contact. Centra getting beat by Jimbo. A flip reset somehow off the ball there. We're seeing Centra the cat going up. Nice, Jose, charge able to corral. Jimbo almost getting in. Midnight, Jimbo. Again on the ball center. Daniel, that would be 6-3 for both, in favor of Most Hated, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. When you grow up, you want to be like Jimbo. Everyone wants to be like Jimbo here at this point with the skill he provides for the Most Hated team. But hey, I mean, Jimbo works with the most hated bunch because he knows how to utilize his teammates, and Jose is a very flexible, is a very diverse player who is able to adapt to basically anyone's playstyle, especially if they're better than him. And we're seeing that in this roster here. Jose just being that kind of middleman most of the time, picking up what Jimbo is leaving behind, and Midnight being used as the demolition equipment with chasings or demos. And I mean, if you cannot work around your teammates proper, if you can't get good chemistry with them, why even have teammates at that point? We know all these players are great on their own, but getting good players individually, and one of them being just this leadership personality who is able to adjust the team accordingly to plan. But now, actually, interrupting my rant will be Sentra with a nice ball here. Left Jose just awkward there to the ball. The Fanafed giving Sentra the opportunity here for a clear shot. The game is within 1 again, folks, with 1 minute 42 left. And we might be seeing an upset here. Hopefully, because content is content. Sentra again now. Midnight maybe able to pick up the loose ball. No, send it back into the back wall. Sentra now on the ball. Jimbo. Jimbo getting back to it. Jose. Jimbo on it again. Ooh, unable to get the redirect off corner. Midnight mid. Charge faking the ball. Sentra with a small flex 0 booster on the play. Unable to do more with it. Defnarefed able to collect. Beating Midnight. No, it just corrals into mid. Jimbo there. It's Charge getting a nice touch and a flip reset off Jimbo. Sentra cat now. Jose going out with it into the corner. Jimbo unable to get a leading touch there and gets a demo for it on his charge. Midnight now going up with it. A little confident is he. Jose now. Midnight again left in an unfavorable position for him. Jimbo kind of floating with it, gets the flip reset but doesn't do anything with it. A defensive double commit now in favor of Phoenix. 40 seconds left. Phoenix does have to scramble for some offensive work here without letting one in. Jimbo would have not fed. Jimbo now. Putting it overfed. Maybe a little overfed with the passes he has to send out to his teammates. Charge now, Sentra. Definitely fed, no beat by Jimbo again. Final 17 seconds of the game. We need Phoenix to put up an effort here to try and get that one final goal. 10 seconds winding down. Jimbo in net, and now that is a unbeatable force. But he has been overplayed, but Midnight stepping up to the plate. They let the ball fall down. There's a sweep by Most Hated. 2-1 on the game, 3-0 on the series. And folks, as I was looking at the beginning of tonight, this is what we expected. This is what the Power Ranking Committee has predicted. Most people being in favor of Most Hated here on the series. And we saw an incredible performance from Jimbo, leading his team to a fruitful end. Now we'll most likely be seeing them in the interview room shortly, I do believe. If not, then I will close this out, and we will be rating out at the end of this broadcast, as is custom. We will be finding someone suitable for a Champions League blessing. As we wait for the team to line up and answer my call to action, let's look through a few things. Okay, we're getting the players lined up here nicely. Jimbo and Midnight. Let me see if anyone else is. Nope, does not. Oh, we have the entire roster here. Let's get them in. 1 and a 2 and a 3. Gents, welcome in. What a game, what a series, and just thoughts, anything in general before I go into the personal questions.
That was fun.
Yes.
Perfect, short, concise statements. Love you, boys. Jimbo, what was going through your veins in that game where you put up 1,116 points? Like, did you have G Fuel, just like gamer farts, something just injected into your bloodstream as that was happening?
Nah, just Dr. Pepper.
Mm.
The nectar of the gods, you know.
Mm-hmm. And I'm guessing you felt like, did you feel like good that you did, or was it just a routine at this point for you?
That was normal.
Normal, he says. All right,
Stereotypical.
if I got 1,000 points on the game, I would be freaking out. But you know, we are different caliber here. Jose,
Yeah, what's up?
any thoughts and feelings on the series on your own? You did perform that kind of expected role. You guys did end up sweeping Phoenix.
Yeah.
Any personal like quips you have on that one?
Honestly, I think the second or third game they kind of caught us a little off guard with the demos and bumps. But first game we played really well. Can't complain really. So.
Mm-hmm.
I like having a front row seat to 165 kph team pinch.
Yeah.
That was a thing I wanted to point out in the second round of questioning. Jimbo, Jose, you can answer this independently or at once. Was that like called out? Did you have a plan going into it, or was that just something that spontaneously happened?
No, we double
Which one?
committed.
The
bench?
team
Yeah,
pinch.
yeah.
We just double committed. That's it.
I thought we needed a goal, so I got aggressive.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. I was gonna go for it, but we didn't call no comms or anything. And I see him up and like, why is he up? And then we just pinched it together, which was surprising.
I mean, it was something 165 kph. That's a banger, just to be
It's
put
quick.
top sheets.
Jimbo, someone named Salty Rob wants you to sign their face.
Okay.
handle these personal queries after the interview, please. Anyway, final thoughts here. I'm going to be directing this at the team captain. Oh, well, technically anyone can answer, but the team captain should be the one, the first to know of everything happening. Thoughts on your next week's matchup?
Uh, who do we play next week?
HSA Gaming.
TC Gaming. Uh, I feel like Loki. I think they can take a game from us. They play really well, honestly. When they find their chem, I feel like they would be able to catch us a little off guard.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be ready for them.
Yeah, we will. We will for sure.
Perfect. Any final thoughts from any of you to the fans before we wrap up here?
Jose beat me in a 1v1. Just saying.
Well, I mean, I did that too, so that's nothing special. But
That's true.
Yep.
Zach, you're on most hated in our hearts, okay?
okay, boys, if that's it from you, then glad I could cast the series. Glad I could be the production team for it. Great showing, and I will be excited to see you progress as the season goes on. Good luck, take care, and thank you for coming
Also,
out.
Daniel, I'll sign your forehead for you.
Good night, Upen. Take care.
See ya.
Good night, boys. Take care. Okay, everyone. Now, we will just quickly again take a brisk look at the week that has been in CL. In and around CL, we have the final score, not of course in. This is a screenshot, not even a live showing. But we did have 2 upsets and 1 game that actually went as predicted by mostly everyone, which would be, you know, a nice little point to round the evening out on. As most hated do take the victory 3-0 over Phoenix. Before then we had another 3-0, Team Bloom and Duality, and we started it all off with a beautiful series, Twist Isolation in a huge upset, taking a 3-1 victory over Hydra in their series at 7 PM Eastern. Now, the games that we have to look forward to this week will be Nameless Esports playing Tier 1 tomorrow at, I do believe it was 7 PM Eastern. We'll be having Reapers and Thunderbolts on Saturday at 5 PM Eastern. That's also a game to look forward to. And I do believe that is... Actually, we do have Lone Star Velocity and HSC Gaming playing at 9 PM Eastern on the same Friday as Nameless Esports and Tier 1. So there are still some good games to look forward to here. We do have one more game in the scheduling works as of right now, so just keep an eye on the scheduling channel if you want to be up to date on everything that's happening with the teams getting their games in. But that is going to be it from me and from us of the CL team. We will be raiding out shortly to someone to spread the word and to hopefully increase numbers in CL. I was Ufan, and I'm so glad we had the games tonight, and I'm so glad everyone who did come out to watch us and support us here tonight in Twitch chat, and we'll be excited to see you all tomorrow with Nameless Esports and Tier 1 kicking us off at 7 PM Eastern. That's it, hanging out for the raid, and peace.